Muy buenas. Prosigamos donde lo dejamos, en el acto 2.
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
Vale. Sí, la verdad es que me hubiera gustado llevarte. Convertirme en árbol. No deberías preocuparte. ¿Te preocupaste? Qué amable, gracias. Sí.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend.
Recuérdame que somos amigas.
Grace.
Y no vamos a ser novias. Muy bien.
Plus, you know, what would the band do?
Right, the band. Where are Kaz and Brian anyway?
I told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened.
Vale, nos ponemos al día.
Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little volatile.
Y lo es. No es tan terrible. Tiene motivos.
She has her reasons.
Sí.
I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
We'll figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still me. That's true.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore about what happened.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card. Says, come by Olympus. I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
¿Los ídolos viven allí? No hablé con él recién. ¿Qué será lo que quiere?
Huh. I wonder what he wants.
Probably to cash in his precious favor.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
The muse! Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Vale, ahora tenemos opciones. Primera vez que podemos decidir dónde vamos. Día 3. No me he dado cuenta de que había pasado ya un día. Vale. ¿Qué sabemos nuevo? De Eros... O sea, de toda esta gente nada, pero de Freddy igual. Y por supuesto que Freddy me esperaba cuando regresé del inframundo. Se disculpó por lo que sucedió con Pan durante la canción. Pero la verdad es que ahora entiendo todo. El poder de mis canciones hace salir el bien y el mal de las personas y no siempre puedo elegir qué lado mostrar. De todas formas, me gusta saber que todavía cuento con el apoyo de Freddy durante todo esto. A mí también, la verdad. De Calliope es que no vamos a saber nada nuevo. El último párrafo no sé si lo leí, pero lo voy a volver a leer. Parece que después de pelearse con los ídolos durante años y influenciar a todo el mundo, Calliope por fin se fue del Olimpo. En ese momento se hizo amiga de Perséfone y ella le dio un departamento. Bueno, en español de España sería apartamento. Departamento aquí en España es más una sección de una oficina. Claro, es que me lo dijo Ángela y tiene razón. Creo que la traducción no es a español de España, sino es español latino. Pues hay algunas frases o así como que me rayan un poco. Sin embargo, Perséfone dice que hacía 2 años que no hablaban y que no sabe en qué estaba metida en el último tiempo. Vale. Ok. Vamos a ver hacia dónde vamos. Voy a limpiarme las gafas. No sé con quién ir. Con Perséfone ya hemos hablado. Sí que debería de ir a ver cómo está Apolo, de verdad. No quiero rollos con nadie. Os lo digo en serio, no quiero enemistarme con nadie. Yo estoy involucrado en toda esta mierda, pero no... De verdad que no... Chill, ¿eh? Yo lo que vamos a hacer con Apolo primero. Después de lo que pasó y que me quedase con Perséfone, a ver si puedo mediar un poco. Aunque no avancemos en la investigación, creo que aquí son las dos cosas iguales de importantes. Tanto avanzar en la investigación como llevarnos bien, las relaciones personales y tal. Vamos a ir. Ya iremos con Pal. El pelo me molesta. como está el ventilador puesto...
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Un segundo. Voy a hacerme una coleta como he estado haciendo estos días y ya está. La pena es que no tengo el pelo suficientemente largo aún como para hacerme una coleta con todo el pelo. Entonces solo me cojo la parte de arriba. Me hago un moño hipster de estos. Me falta cruzarme un palo. Llevar chancletas. A ver, y una barba más grande, ¿no? Como la que llevaba antes, que me afeité. Es que, ¿sabéis estos 4 pelitos de aquí del flequillo que como tengo el ventilador puesto de techo, pues me los pone todo el rato delante del ojo y me hace aquí y me molesta todo el rato? Un segundo. Si pudiera estar sin el ventilador puesto, pues ya sería otra cosa. Ya voy. Una cosa que me da rabia de la música de este juego, por cierto, lo hablaba también con Ángel ayer, que tiene todo el sentido. Claro, a mí los musicales que más me gustan musicalmente son los que tienen leitmotifs, ¿no? Como melodías asignadas a personajes o emociones o lo que sea, o situaciones, y que se van repitiendo, ¿no? Como se hacen en las bandas sonoras de cine y demás. Pero en este, claro, como estás narrando y vas cambiando la narrativa constantemente, eligiendo estrofas y la aproximación a cada uno, pues no se repiten leitmotivs, al menos de momento. Que igual, claro, más adelante en otros actos vuelven a salir temas y se repiten frases con la misma melodía intercaladas con otras cosas, como para ir construyendo esos temas, ¿no? En base a los que ya, desde los que partimos. Que eso, o sea, hay uno... Para mí el máximo exponente de esto es el musical de Hamilton, que tiene no sé cuántos leitmotivs, no sé cuántas melodías y frases, y los va metiendo constantemente, y es como muy satisfactorio. Pero también es verdad, que lo dijo Ángela, que la mayoría de los musicales son como el juego este. Narrativa con la música, sin necesariamente tener que recaer en melodías y temas todo el rato recurrentes. A ver si se come la boca con alguien. La protagonista, pues tal cual la estoy roleando, creo que va a terminar con Freddy. Si es que Freddy, que insiste mucho en que somos amigas, le apetece que seamos novias, que yo creo que no. Que por eso insiste tanto en que somos amigas. A ver. Ya tengo el pelo a lo hipster, con los pelos así por aquí. Todavía puedes ayudar. Quería ver cómo estabas.
I thought I'd check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Ah, yes. That. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid.
Te puedo entender. A mí me pasa
Why
lo
I
que está.
avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Calopia aún te necesita. No te dejaré ir tan fácil todo esto. Disculpa por eso.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies, even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again for Calliope's sake.
I'll think about it, Grace. I promise. For now, you're in far better hands.
I'll hold you to that. Don't think I won't.
Vale. Pues vamos a hablar con Pan. La melodía que suena en el mapa es Like a Boat. Es la melodía del principio. Hablando de leitmotivs.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
¿El Olimpo está escondido? ¿Cuántos ídolos hay? Me pediste que venga.
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here? Or...
Our Lady Hécate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.
¿Cuántos ídolos hay?
how many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
¿La mayoría vive aquí?
Idols live here? I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give up my apartment?
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive the weak.
Right. Good point. I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
You asked me to meet you here?
I did. Though I feared you might decline, considering your rather callous rejection earlier. Regardless, my pride is intact, as is the favor you owe me, which I now wish to collect.
Esperaba este momento. No infligiré ninguna regla por ti.
Oh, sure. I'm totally in a position to help others right now. Lay it on me.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires. I'll give you a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even. If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hécate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest. What do you say?
Vale, a ver. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Qué clase de favor es esto?
This person I'm to help. What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I. This, as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
A matter of the heart.
What, did you think I was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd. The man has an issue with his love life. Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
O sea, ¿tengo que hacerle cantar o qué? ¿Qué es un relicario?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years. Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway place so no one unsavory can get their hands on them.
Unsavory like you?
Unsavory like most. Athena has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hécate and herself. A rather dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
¿El relicario es peligroso?
If these relics are off limits, does that mean they're dangerous?
Some, but I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
But what if one of those relics could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hécate first. She and I mean this with complete and uncharacteristic seriousness, is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
Vale.
This Hécate, do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
Oh, the way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
Well, it's just that...
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be? I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly, and with open arms.
Gracias. Tienes una lengua filosa. No lo voy a romancear a este. Así, claro, todo está bien. ¿Calliope hizo eso?
What about Calliope? Did she walk into harm knowingly and with open arms?
You tell me. I could deny it, of course, but if you choose not to believe anything I say, what's the point of asking the question?
Claro. Si no confío en él, ¿qué más da lo que diga, no?
I'll think about it. But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named Asterion. Lovely fellow, quite harmless. I'll send a package to your domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Well, if you decide to go, Grace, you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hécate on my behalf, will you?
Vale, el relicario. ¿Podemos volver a hablar con Perséfone otra vez? Sí. La musiquilla del piano. In cold waters. Es muy despacito. Vamos a con Perséfone. Antes de ir al relicario.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Cambiaste de opinión sobre él. Veo que vas directo al grano.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
I actually went to see Pan at Olympus. I guess that wasn't such a great idea?
It depends. What did he want this time?
He asked me to repay the favor I owe him by helping someone at a place called the Reliquary.
A reliquary? Interesting. I wonder what his angle is.
Porque es interesante, podría ser una trampa. ¿Tiene que ser algo malo? Vale, ¿qué le decimos? ¿Tiene que ser algo malo?
I don't doubt Pan has an angle. He seems like that kind of guy. I'm just not sure it has to be nefarious.
That's how Pan schemes. You don't know what his goal is until all the chips have fallen. My suggestion? Do as he asks. At the very least, Hécate might prove to be of help to you. If it's written in her bloody book.
Her book?
You'll see.
Vale. Se han autorizado las
I'm gonna
entradas.
send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding. She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
¿Por qué una fiesta? ¿Por qué no puedes hablar con Afrodita?
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
¿Por qué una fiesta?
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put 2 and 2 together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
One wild party with a goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
Vale. Día 3. ¿Podría ir al relicario o a la fiesta de Afrodita? Vale. En el diario se ha actualizado sobre... ¿Sobre quién? Sobre Calliope lo dudo. No. ¿Cómo vuelvo? A ver. Afrodita. Afrodita organiza una fiesta. Perséfone cree que debería ir porque Afrodita conoce a todo el mundo y quizá pueda ayudarme. Pero no me dio muchos detalles de la fiesta. ¿Iría a preocuparme? Y Apolo... A partir de aquí... Fue muy revelador ver cómo se peleaban Apolo y Perséfone. Todos los ídolos guardan recones con esa intensidad. Si es así, no me sorprende que nada que haya asesinado a una. Apolo me trajo a ver a Perséfone, pero ¿quién casi arruina todo? Él mismo, claro. Se enfureció tanto que creí que lanzaría rayos y centellas. Salió del inframundo furioso como un niño encaprichado. Todavía no lo puedo creer. Me reuní con Apolo en su casa en la playa para arreglar las cosas, pero no sé cómo me fue. Me ayuda por el bien de Calliope, ¿no? ¿Por qué dejaría de hacerlo solo porque se enojó con Perséfone? Me pregunto si lo volveré a ver. De Atena nada. Vale. Perséfone igual. Las cosas entre Apolo y Perséfone se pusieron feas muy rápido. Apolo se enojó, bla, bla. Vale. De Pan igual. Me encontré con Pan en su hábitat natural, que al parecer es un jardín gigante en la terraza de un edificio de oficinas mágico. ¿Quién lo diría? En fin, me pidió que le devolviera un favor que le debía. Me envió a un lugar llamado Relicario. Para llegar allí necesitaba una llave mágica y buscar un contenedor en el muelle para arreglar la vida amorosa de un ídolo. Es raro, pero está bien. La verdad, supuse que los favores de Pan serían un poco misteriosos o ilegales. Seguro esconde algo. Qué interesante. Creí que Apolo y Perséfone habían descartado la idea de que Pan fuera sospechoso cuando estábamos todos juntos, pero Perséfone duda. Cree que es muy calculador y que fue demasiada casualidad que apareciera de pronto. Parece que está de nuevo en la lista de sospechosos. Vale, estaría bien, yo creo que en las pestañitas estas de la izquierda donde están los personajes que puedes seleccionar para leer, te indicará de alguna forma que tienes información nueva en ese personaje y no tener que ir uno a uno a ver si se ha actualizado o no las entradas del diario. Vale. Claro, el tema es... Podemos ir a la fiesta antes de ir al relicario. O ya ir a por el relicario. ¿Vamos antes o qué? A la fiesta, a ver. Está Apolo, claro.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yeah. I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Vine para pedirle ayuda a Afrodita. No suena bien. Tampoco me lo contaste.
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it. Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
¿Qué será de mí? Nadie me lo dijo. Parece bastante
That
interesante.
doesn't seem so terrible. Am I missing something?
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
¿Me convertiré en Calíope? Qué horror. No sé qué pensar. Estaré bien. Ala. ¿Me convertiré en Calíope?
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
¿Afrodita morirá? Qué extremo.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Hostia, qué fuerte. ¿Afrodita ya había hecho esto?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think. Perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
¿Y a quién se lo pasa? O sea, está haciendo sacrificios constantemente. Elige a una persona y se lo pasa. Y el anterior muere. Es muy fuerte eso, ¿no? ¿Apoyas esto?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Calíope no lo aprobó.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Vale, esta idea no me gusta nada. Bueno, entiendo.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Una fiesta de sacrificio. Vale, puedo hablar con Eros. Hablemos con Eros.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Vale.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
Eso me dijeron. ¿Estás bien?
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Lo lamento.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Joder, esto en realidad es muy fuerte. Y ahora entiendo por qué Afrodita estaba tan decaída. O sea, no solo era por lo de Calíope, ¿no? Cuando la conocemos, que siempre está como triste, depresiva. Claro, pero entendemos que aquí nos están presentando una persona que no puede soportar el trauma hasta el punto de que se suicida. O sea, como no puede enfrentarse a ello ni llevarlo, pues me quito de en medio y dejo de existir hasta que me vuelvo a acordar de que existo y me vuelvo a suicidar. O sea, esto está muy mal. O sea, Afrodita está fatal y esto, pues obviamente... Porque es un idol, ¿no? Y es inmortal, pero esto es muy fuerte. O sea, es como la pobre chica de... Me acuerdo de Life is Strange, que terminó en mi gameplay, tirándose. En fin. Muy duro esto, ¿eh? ¿Qué le pasó a
Is
Afrodita?
it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols.
¿A los nazis? ¿Me estás diciendo?
Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
¿Y abusaron de ella o...?
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Cuéntame el acuerdo.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
O sea, Hefesto se quedó en Europa fabricando armas para los nazis y entonces se tuvieron que venir toda la troupe para aquí, para Estados Unidos, ¿no? Joder.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Parece que no estás de acuerdo. Es como un suicidio. Es que es como un suicidio.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
Necesita mi ayuda. Parece que no estás de acuerdo.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Depende de mí. Haré lo que pueda.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Es que es eso. Por eso le he dicho que lo voy a intentar.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Quiero decir, si sale bien, sale bien. Y cortamos este ciclo. Si sale mal, pues se suicida y ya está. Vale, parece que se ve un poco del verde del croma. Un momento. Igual. Subiendo un poco la saturación. No. Subiendo la saturación no, porque entonces me veo demasiado rojo. No sé qué será el brillo, la ganancia. ¿Qué puedo tocar para no joder mucho la imagen? No. Espera. Filtros. A ver aquí. Puedo subir un poco. No. Es que enseguida. Ahí. Vale. Ahí recorta más verde y no me recorta a mí. Vale. Vamos a la por otra vez. Confirmar. Cuando salgo de la ventana, luego no me pilla el mando hasta la siguiente
I
interacción.
know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Eros quiere poner fin a esto. Que no estoy incómodo.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
Te noto
You
incómodo.
don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
that would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
¿Por qué no los evitas? ¿Por qué es eso?
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer, but wiser. No. Not so far.
I should get back out there.
Vale, pues esperemos. Me gustaría saber si hay una persona a la que se lo va a pasar, poder hablar con ella, en plan, ¿qué opinas de que se te use en un sacrificio? Para renacer en un ídolo que se va a suicidar en X años.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is.
Mucho gusto de nuevo. Podrías haberme invitado. Vamos a hablar en privado.
I was hoping we might have a chance to talk.
Oh, but we are talking, are we not?
I mean the two of us. In private.
And abandon my guests when I've just arrived. I have so many farewells to make.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Vale. ¿Fuiste elegida? ¿Estás de acuerdo con esto?
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the, proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
Yeah. I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I'm so sorry, that sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Lamento lo que te pasó. Primero necesito que me ayudes. Quiero decirle esto de aquí abajo, pero quiero
Are you
preguntarle.
sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
Vale, quiero decirte que no lo hagas. Dime cuál es mi papel. Lamento lo que te pasó.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
Weren't you opposed to this, Grace?
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
Para recordar, para olvidar.
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
No está haciendo las conversaciones como yo quiero. Comenzar el ritual, hablar con Apolo. Hablar con Venus. Esto es lo que quería yo.
I should apologize, Grace. Saying that I was chosen like I'm somehow more special, I really didn't mean it that way. I hope you can...
No te preocupes.
I'm sorry. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
No me importa. No puedes estar lista para esto. ¿Tienes dudas?
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Pasó muy rápido, estaba aterrada. No, en realidad no.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
¿De dónde conoces a Afrodita? ¿En serio te llamas Venus? A ver.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Ok.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace.
Tiene mucho trauma.
Good soul. She deserves mercy.
Pero está mal.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible. And I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Nunca lo ha sido. Ahora estaba teniendo un segundo pensamiento. Es que esto es como un suicidio, pero también puede ser como una eutanasia. Yo no estoy en contra de que la gente decida qué hacer con su vida. Es cuando ya no hay más opciones. Pero hay que discernir bien ambas cosas. ¿Puedo volver a hablar con Apolo? Quiero agotar. Afrodita no me quiere ayudar.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Not surprising. Surely Persephone must have realized that.
How? She's never been to one of these things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Vale. ¿Conociste a Venus?
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Vale. Pues voy a intentar que detenga. Asumiendo que esto es un suicidio y no una eutanasia. Y aunque solo sea retrasarlo para que me pueda ayudar con lo de Calíope, pues yo qué sé. Vamos a pararlo. Vamos a intentar terminar el ciclo, ¿no? De Afrodita. A ver si sale bien. Yo creo que va a salir mal. Vamos a ver.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long.
Cuando entras en la devastación, en la traición.
Shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong.
En la traición. Madre, esto va a ser más difícil, no es una conversación. Tenemos que canalizar lo que siente. Joder, vale. En la devastación, en la... No quiero... La traición, no quiero reforzar los sentimientos esos, ¿no? ¿Qué sucede después?
We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again.
Concentrarte en lo que se siente, en que sobrevivió. Sobreviviste.
I see you have the power. It's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored. Loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice.
Hefesto.
The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy. Made a secret weapon so my captors let me
La bomba atómica.
go.
LOL.
He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll
Subsiste mucho, lo lamento.
never he gave to me.
Empatía a tope.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine
I can imagine.
this really happened? I won't let you weep, you know it's too late. Sing me to sleep.
No quiero.
Pity my fate, my memories won't let me be.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
¡Ey! Leitmotiv que se repite, por fin.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
think you should try escuchar a Apolo. Escuchar a Apolo.
My sister, where we're all headed to, nobody knows. We have so much history and we're all caught in its throes. Sweet Aphrodite, I know there's no one like you. That's why I'll never know how you can carry the weight. The goddess of love's never felt so much hate. Drown in a sea of your fate. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Sin mercy. You need to life. Agresiva.
Lost in a moment.
There's fire in you yet. Aphrodite returns, she'll never forget. Finally we'll be free. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Se suicida, ¿verdad? ¿La ha cagado?
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to.
Live. I have chosen to live.
Voy a llorar de verdad. Ay.
I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady,
Me afecta todo mucho.
all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
Pelearán juntos contra esto. Espero que esto no empeore las cosas. Funcionará. Prometiste ayudar.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
If there's any chance, Mother, any at all, this is it.
I know, my loves. I hope you're right. Now then, Grace. You needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Pensaba que no lo iba a conseguir, ¿eh? Uf. Pero bueno, ahí estaba el tema de Lost in a moment. Fue un momento, ya pasó, hay que intentar seguir adelante, por muy duro que haya sido. Pan tal vez en realidad no. Bueno.
I was, thinking maybe Pan.
Pan? Kill Calliope? Tish tosh, I don't believe it.
He showed up at my apartment right after I left Athena's office. He's very suspicious.
You favor him too much, Mother.
I happen to feel there are entities among us far more sinister.
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
Un momento, ¿qué? ¿Quién?
I haven't met anyone by that name. Is that an idol?
Not an idol, per se, but she is immortal. She came over with us from the old world.
She works for Athena as a watcher. She's everywhere, lurking in the shadows. If you look anywhere, Grace, start with her.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
So,
Logro al
anything
Unit.
helpful?
Maybe? What do you know about Medusa?
Medusa? That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
Espero encontrarla. ¿Hay otra manera?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Afrodita sufrió mucho. Estoy pensando en los recuerdos de Calliope. Estoy bien. Afrodita sufrió
What
mucho.
Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
How are things with Persephone? Is she helping as much as you thought?
Sí, pero no sé bien por qué. ¿Estás preocupada? Me agrada.
Yeah, but I don't know why. She might still be trying to figure out what use I am to her.
All I mean to ask is, has she said anything?
About...
No. Never mind. It's none of my business. Please forget I asked. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
Vale. ¿Y entonces? Ah, directamente.
Apollo, always so dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
No bromes. ¿Hice lo correcto?
Still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now. Whether she uses it, we'll see. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
¿La recuerdas? ¿Por qué me cuentas esto?
Why are you telling me this?
We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
Ah, esto es decisivo. Qué duro. Gracias por el consejo. Puedo romancearla ahora y entiendo que con la exclamación es decisivo, ¿no? O sea, si la romanceo ahora, ¿ya para siempre mi pareja o va a cambiar algo? Qué duro. Gracias por el consejo.
Okay, yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
At any rate, you have a name. Medusa. Hadn't occurred to me, honestly. She was always Athena's creature. I'd never pegged her as potentially disobedient. I'll see if I can track down her whereabouts. In the meantime, Grace, do be careful.
Vale. Entonces no creen que Pan y que vaya por Medusa. Hablar con Freddy. Uy, hay que hablar con Freddy. De todo lo que ha pasado. Y ya si eso irá por lo del al relicario.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
Well, I stopped the goddess of love from killing herself, I guess.
Whoa. Do gods have interventions? You know, they're nothing like I thought they would be. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Vale, me gustaría que te vinieras conmigo, la verdad. ¿Cómo están casi hoy?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
son parejita. Están haciendo cositas. Perdón por lo de la banda.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Claro.
Still really hate that name.
Look,
Límites
Grace,
Elíseos.
you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
LOL. ¿Cómo permanecieron ocultos los ídolos? ¿Qué sabes de los dioses?
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Vale. Vamos a empezar por
Just
los
how many of
ídolos.
these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology. Hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost. But also, what might still be out there.
Vale. ¿Otros
You think
dioses?
there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, it's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
Pues la verdad es que molaría un montón. Venga. Calíope, la misma... Bueno, primero que vamos a por Apolo, dejamos para el final a Calíope.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Perséfone.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
¿Por Pan?
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
Vale. Venga, Calliope.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
Atenea.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, I guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then.
Basta de mitología, pues.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Vale, ¿cómo permanecieron
You know
ocultos?
what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
Exacto. La verdad es que me parece un hot take bastante acertado ahora mismo.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
Y con todo lo que pasa en Estados
Sure,
Unidos.
I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Vale. Pues al relicario. Vale, me acompaña. Yo creo que me acompañase.
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
Instead, we have... Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
Pensé que te gustaría. Así me dijeron.
That's how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
That is where relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
This is nothing like D&D.
Juegan de
I
ande.
don't know about you, Grace, but if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hécate and this idol you're supposed to help?
Una pregunta sobre la ídola que ayudamos. Cuéntame sobre Hécate.
The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And You know who that is, right?
No. Should I?
That's the Minotaur's real name. You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Why am I not surprised?
¿El minotauro es peligroso?
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends?
Joder.
Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Cuéntame sobre Hécate.
Do you know anything about this Hécate? It's not a name that rings bells.
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
Vale. Buena idea. Tal vez tú puedas. Eres
I'm so
sorprendente.
glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Huh. Yeah, good point. We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
Sí. Si tengo la oportunidad. Para nada.
Meddle in love lives? Sweet Talk, the goddess of witchcraft? Freddy, who are you dealing with?
The master meddler and sweet talker.
Damn straight.
I look forward to seeing you in operation. There's no way at all this could go poorly.
A ver. Es enorme. Minotauro.
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Mortals within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
Permíteme presentarme.
I am really sorry if we startled you. My name is Grace. We've never met before, but, I'm the new muse.
And I'm Freddy. Big fan.
If I broke a rule, I apologize. Pan didn't mention anything about that, I'm afraid.
You are Grace?
Ah.
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
¿Y esa voz? Sí. ¿Sabías que pasaría?
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written. Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
An accident? No, that's not what happened.
Are you saying the books are wrong?
No fui yo, lo juro. Eso parece.
They're wrong about this. Calliope was murdered just a few days ago.
That is impossible.
I don't know what to tell you.
You will explain. We will both sit and you will explain. There will be tea.
Gracias, Hécate. Qué maja.
Curious. It is clear something unanticipated has occurred.
La tacita.
Outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
¿No puedes hacerlo más rápido?
Is there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
The Moi what?
You might know them as the Fates. They, or any beings of a sufficiently cosmic nature, have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery. I am sorry.
Vine porque necesito tu ayuda. ¿Puedo ver a Asterion? Ah, las dos cosas. No sé por dónde empezar.
Is there some way you can help me that doesn't take years? Like a spell or something?
You know not of what you speak. The most powerful magics are long beyond my grasp.
What about the relics? Maybe one of them could...
No. You do not have permission from Athena for such access.
But your timeline is all messed up! How do you know this isn't...
My agreement with Athena is clear. Now is the time when you leave.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm not going.
It is written.
I'm guessing she doesn't talk to people much.
I don't know. Hécate seems super nice.
And super unhelpful.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
¿Y si hablo con Atena? ¿Podríamos colarnos? Hora de usar mis poderes. ¿Y si hablo con Atena?
Maybe I could ask Athena? Hécate did say I get her permission later.
Well, I'm sure, but how much later is... do you hear what I'm hearing?
El minotauro.
Oh, you're still here? I had to run the entire... Oh, that's a long way, isn't it? Did Pan send you?
Uy, parece majo.
Please tell me Pan sent you. I need your help so bad.
Solo quería que Hécate me ayude. Sí, me envía pan.
Yes, Pan did send me. Technically.
I'm so glad you're here. If you help me, I promise I can help you too. I really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please, help me tell her.
¿De verdad es el minotauro? Empecemos.
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead?
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never...
Ya lo estoy con los deditos.
Oh, well, that's good.
Except Theseus. But he was...
Ok. ¿Estás enamorado de Hécate, a la que abrevia como Kate?
Let me get this straight. You're in love with Hécate. That Hécate.
Oh, mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything, and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me, and she doesn't even have to be. And we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. I want to try. Won't you help me?
¿Por qué no solo hablas con Hécate?
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried. Every time, I end up knocking over a table, or killing a cat, or talking about how sometimes meat has that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words. Right? Really not good.
¿Por qué Kate?
Do you really call Hécate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
Uh-huh. And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, you know, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Vale, supongamos que te digo.
Okay, so you're in love with Hécate. what is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. You know, please say you'll help me.
¿Qué harás por mí? ¿No te parece raro? ¿Y si te rechaza?
Hécate might say no. You know that, right?
She probably will. I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, you know, to say it out loud instead of thinking it. I'll still help you, no matter what she says. I promise.
I don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
Which part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
You heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their heart.
Yeah, that's the part I can't do.
Vale.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear.
Vale, me
Maybe
interesa.
she never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
Vale.
Okay. I have an idea.
You do? Well, you do?
You, my bullish friend, are gonna sing your little heart out.
Grace always has the best ideas.
A ver.
Vibe and you go for it.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart. Be honest.
You can do it.
You cast a spell on me. Not literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be. 'Cause you put a hex on me. You didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically.
Que lo resuelva.
Just metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
Buah, ¿por dónde tiramos? Trata de halagarla. Sigue así. Dejar que lo resuelva. No sé por dónde tirar porque lo está haciendo fatal. Trata de halagarla. Sigue así. Deja que lo resuelva. A ver, continúa.
Right off the bat, I'm done. 'Cause you've gone all quiet, it's deafening silence. I'm just joking, having fun. So let's ignore that bit before.
I knew this would come. It was written, a confession unbidden. You say that you're smitten, perhaps you're possessed. I have one request. Is this real how you feel, or is this part of some elaborate jest?
It's not, my love.
My love?
Yes, keep going. Try again.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically.
Debes seducirla.
Oh, Katie, it's just you and me.
Sedúcela.
Katie, yeah, that's what I've always called you. It sounds juvenile, but that name makes me smile. I've always wanted to tell you. Anyways, as friends, I'm only a fraction of what I can be. I mean, I'll still make you tea, but don't you want more than tea?
Is this what you truly wish to do? This love could easily fall through. Imagine if we ceased to be. It's a possibility, don't you see?
God, he's looking pretty bad.
Hécate, it could be this spell on me has blinded my eyes from what you can see. If there's even the smallest possibility of losing you
Intervenir y
somehow,
ayudar. Ayúdalo.
I'll take it back now. I'm finished. Could someone please rescue me?
Con Freddy. ¿Tiramos de Freddy? ¿O voy yo? Intervenir y ayudar. Me voy a ayudar yo.
This is a disaster. Grace, help me.
Babungas. Joder, vale, ahora voy. En cuanto termine la canción.
Hécate, if you don't mind, I'll take the floor because I feel obliged to help this minotaur. He's a bit absurd, he gets stuck on a word, but he flies like a bird when you walk in the door. Could the love of your life be right under your chin? Well, there's no need to guess, he's already moved in.
Please understand, Grace, it's not him I can't face. My heart is a difficult place to admire. Hot coals at its core, burned so many before, yet he carries this torch, unaware of the fire.
Podría ser divertido, ¿por qué lo dices? Ay, joder. ¿Por qué lo dices?
I'm tempted, but what you're all telling me is nothing will go wrong, for it's destiny. Have you truly considered this carefully? Black magic takes a toll, and if you lose control, the cost is paid by reality. Is my heart worth everything going amiss? I cannot protect you from the dark abyss, so don't dismiss, just resist.
You think that I don't know the darkness inside of me. You know the stars, but do you remember your history? I love the person I have become. You changed me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
Vive la vida, Hécate. Merece una historia de amor. Hécate tiene que decidir
Come
eso.
with me.
Merece una historia de amor. Eso es verdad.
Astarion.
Hate?
It seems you've cast a spell on me.
Vale, salió bien.
You will not regret this.
Not yet. It is written.
You've cast a spell on me.
To think I shall have my own story.
You've cast a spell on me.
And we shall write it together.
You've cast a spell on me.
A tale of romance and glory.
You've cast a spell on me.
But do we have enough leather?
You've cast a spell on me.
Bien. Bien.
Wow.
Otro éxito.
That was diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Astarion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only, you know, half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Astarion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
¿No estaba escrito? Buena pregunta.
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written? Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Astarion's feelings until he spoke them to me. But
you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
Es demasiado brainfuck. Mira que haya funcionado.
I'm glad to see someone happy, finally.
That would be me.
I am also not displeased by this course of events.
Wow, look at you. Living the wildlife.
Come, Asterion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
Okay.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
How long are we supposed to wait? It's been over an hour.
Mean to be.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise.
El logro.
So, what I tell you.
Whew! You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
¿Está todo bien? Tenemos un trato. ¿Está todo bien?
Everything's okay, I hope?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so wonderful. Kate just wanted to talk about feelings and that, which, well, neither of us are good at. Right, so, I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
She did what?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow. Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
¿Pudiste alcanzar a Calliope? ¿El relicario tiene alarmas?
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
Vale. ¿Cómo hizo
Those
Calliope
alarms
para
don't
entrar?
go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Oh, normally nobody does that.
Well, Calliope did. She got in somehow.
Well, she must have snuck in the back way. Where do you think I keep running from? Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
Vale.
How do you know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
O sea, Athena sabe lo que pasó. ¿Qué tipo de reliquias hay aquí?
What
Espera.
relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
Vale. Athena sabe lo que pasó aquí.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's not the chatty type, you know. She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
¿Pudiste alcanzar a Calliope?
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt, bleeding bad, but I don't know why. I wanted to help her, but she got away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Wait, what? Medusa? Here?
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
Ah, ha sido Medusa entonces. ¿Cómo hirieron a Calliope? ¿Por qué estaba Medusa aquí? Me interesa
What was
todo.
Medusa doing here?
She was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she wouldn't say why. I asked. She never got into the reliquary, though. She was just out here in the fog.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
That's all I need to know. ¿Cómo iría a
How
Calliope?
could Calliope have been wounded?
It couldn't have been Medusa, like I said. She never got close.
But Calliope was wounded inside the reliquary?
That's where the blood was. We don't have anything that would attack anyone, though.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
Vale.
This means Calliope came here the night she died. This is where she was attacked.
But we don't know by whom.
Well, this is the second time Medusa's name has come up. That can't be a coincidence.
Básicamente.
She's super scary, but, you know she works for Athena, right? I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You okay there, friendo?
Avanzamos. Se me escapa algo, estoy furiosa. Pienso en Calliope.
I'm just thinking about Calliope.
No es mentira.
What happened to her here?
Estoy dando
Whatever
vueltas
she
también.
was trying to do, she probably didn't succeed. She ran from here, dying, maybe straight to our apartment.
Because you were her last hope.
Yeah. What if she hadn't made it? She must have known.
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Vale. Cargando. Si sale guardando arriba.
Pan!
Vale, es que es muy tarde. Y esto no para. Ha salido el símbolo arriba de que estaba guardando. Así que resolveremos con Pan y continuaremos a partir de ahí. Se está poniendo muy interesante la cosa. Y bueno, ha molado lo de Afrodita, me ha llegado aquí. Y ahora el momento con el minotauro y Hécate también. Y se va resolviendo la cosa. O sea, ya sabemos dónde pasó. Medusa estaba por ahí. Así que tenemos una pista sólida. En fin, nos vemos en el próximo directo. Cuídense. Gracias por pasar. Chao.